Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 201. Leaving home 4 hours after I got home. Got a little bit of sleep. Got myself ready this morning and out the door. The sun is just barely starting to come up right now. Still dark outside. 54 degrees outside. And we're off to a different area than we would ever do on a Wednesday. Yesterday, again, emotional day. I don't know why, but we're going to work through it. So, today's goal is to hit 1 or 2 blackjack casinos and at least have 6 sessions of slots. And we'll take it one step at a time. Last night, the debate, decent debate on both sides. I feel like both of them were pretty prepared. I was actually pretty surprised. And I did like some of the methods that they were using, which are sales methods, where you agree with the other person and then talk about how the other person is wrong. It makes you more likable to say, I used to feel like that too, but you know what I found out? So that was actually interesting. It was a lot better than I feel like the presidential debate was. So the market has Walsh as 31%. And J.D. Vance at 69% as far as who won the debate. And that's not Republicans, that's not Democrats, that's the actual betting markets. So this is people who are doing this for money, and they're not biased, I feel, on this site. Now, Predicta, I feel, leans left, which is good, because if you know something is the other way, then you can take advantage of it more on that site. But anyway, for now, I'm going to let you go, just starting our journey, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So I go into this place, find pretty much nothing. I think I made 3 plays and ended the session ahead $8. That was it. First one, I lost about $31 or something like that. And the other 2 I made a couple bucks a piece, and that was pretty much it. So plus $8, and I did see a guy in there who I had an argument with a couple weeks ago, and he just walked away, so no issue there. Then I left the casino, and I have to go to the main highway. Then from there I have a couple choices which way I want to go, and I had decided to go a certain way, and just from being used to going the other way, I just drove the other way. So at this point, I'm locked in to the other direction. I'm actually going to lose a casino for the day by doing it this way, but nothing I can do about it now. So anyway, it's a little bit brisk outside, kind of windy, 55 degrees. But right now we're at the tail end of rush hour and just moving on to the next casino here, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. So I walk into this place expecting there to be tons of advantage players in there, and this is a Chinese area here. Lots of Chinese people playing the machines. But I actually only saw one Chinese lady that was checking. Other than that, I didn't see anybody else, but people had definitely been there. I found a small play on a machine, and it was down about $13. And then moved on and found one other play. That's all that I found. Now, this particular play that I found is a longer term play. So normally you're going to play 300 or 400 spins in order to get this. And I actually lucked out and I hit it early, like 25 spins into it. It was about $4 a spin, and it led to an extra little bonus that I wasn't expecting, and ended up picking up a few more bucks. And I had started with a $100 bill and ended up cashing out for exactly $470. So ended up with a $330 win. So it's just a matter of doing your research. The play that I found is a play that the Chinese players will never look at because they're looking for the easy play. And this one requires you to do some math. And then even in the middle of the play, it's possible for it to fizzle out. So got lucky there, and I noticed I think I have a little bit of free food there, not very much, but the food area is not open yet. So I may hit this casino on the way home, pick up something to take home with me. Incidentally, I was going to go back on the broth diet, or the broth whatever, fast, or whatever you want to call it. But unfortunately, we went to Costco, we got some beef broth, and we got some chicken broth. Now, I just wanted the beef broth and nothing else, right? And my wife had made homemade beef broth with bones that we had in our freezer from a cow that we purchased from a farmer down the street, right? So it doesn't get much cleaner or better than that. And she boiled it and put in the carrots and all these different things and had the beautiful flavor in there and the little pieces of everything in there. It was spectacular, right? Well, for broth, right? So she did a great job on that. And today, while we were at Costco, they had the beef and the chicken. I just wanted the beef. She said, maybe you should try the chicken too. I said, okay. So she made the chicken for me this morning, and I took a little bit of a sip of it, and I think it's terrible, and I don't want to eat it. So I feel really bad. I am going to take it home. Someone else will eat it, but I did not like it. Maybe she could add some noodles to it, and the kids could have that for dinner, but just did not like it at all. Hopefully the beef one is better. Now the beef one is half the size the package is. I think you get 6 like 16 or 20 ounce containers for like $21. So it's a little expensive, but for what it is. But if it tastes good, I don't mind. But this one just was not good, so unfortunately. So here's what we're going to do now. We are backing off of blackjack, but we're still going to play blackjack. We're going to play a $50 blackjack table here, and probably a $25 blackjack table later on in the day. After I play that $25 table, probably in like 4 hours or more, I will call home and see what's going on, and if there's nothing going on tonight, then I may go on a longer journey for another 100 miles further. So we'll see what happens. So like I said yesterday, this is over 6 hours away from where I was yesterday. So a whole different part of the country, different kind of people, different crowd, different races. I mean, completely different area of the country, different blackjack rules. So the rules in this area is no resplit aces, but they have incredible penetration. There's only one casino that has incredible penetration where I was yesterday, but they have resplit aces. So if that gives you any information. All right, we're gonna continue on here. Still pretty cool out today, so maybe it'll be a nice, I don't mind if it's 60 degrees all day. Just, you know, I prefer that because I get hot very easily, and I wear shorts most of the time. So anyway, letting you go right now, and I will be back after my next stop, plus 330 at this stop. All right, guys, I am back. It is a couple hours later. Well, it's been a couple hours since I got to this casino, and I still have the blackjack blues. I go into this place, and there is a 6-deck and a double deck open. The 6-deck has 3 people on it, one of them playing 2 hands, and the double deck has 3 people on it. The double deck is an okay double deck, not a good double deck. Depending on the dealer, you have a shot. So they were in the middle of a shoe, so I asked them to mark a spot for me, and I said I'd be right back. They were barely 2 decks into the shoe. I came back 2 minutes later, and they had just played the first hand. So what I'm thinking happened was someone asked them to break up the shoe, and because they were having bad luck or whatever, and then they started a new one and kind of closed me out. So I go talk to a dealer that I'm friendly with, and then I go look at slots. I find one play on a game that you don't find plays on anymore, and I'm shocked that I found that play. It was at about $2 a spin. Played that through, took about 5 minutes, and was ahead $182 on that. Then I came back to the blackjack area, and the double deck was down to one player, so I sat down, started playing there, bought in for $500 on a $50 table. First hand I get a blackjack, second hand I get a 20 and win, and that was it. After that, it was pretty much a disaster. I didn't get another blackjack on that table. I was on that table for another hour and never got another blackjack. The guy to my left was getting them all over the place. Everybody ended up way ahead, and I finally ended up leaving the table. Trying to think about how much I was down. I was down about $1,200 when I left the table. So I go over to a newly opened 6-deck table. I sit down there, start playing there, and treading water for a long time. Made a couple hundred, lost a couple hundred. It was okay. Then try to think here how this went down. They had a dealer change, and they burn a card. And on the next hand, by this time we played a couple shoes. On the next shoe, an Asian guy came in. He played one shoe with me. When the dealer change happened, they burned a card, and the guy to my right got a blackjack, and I got a blackjack, and the dealer had an ace up. Can you imagine? Give me a break. Next hand, the dealer had a blackjack. It's like, come on. I had a hand where I split 8s to 3 on a high count and doubled one of them and lost them all, and just treaded water on that table for another hour or so. So I played blackjack for about 2 hours total. And the card counter expert was there, and I was talking to them and the dealer and just chatting it up and having a good time talking to them. Meanwhile, I just want to keep attention away from my spreading. I spread from one hand at 50 to one hand at 300. I would say I had max bet out there maybe 4 or 5 times. That's it in that 2 hours. My last hand, so I was in for a total of 3,100. I know it's an odd number, but that's just the way it turned out. And my last hand, I had is it $150 or a $200 hand? I'm trying to think. Did I get change? I believe it was a $150 hand, and I got 2 6s against a 6, and I split and got another 6, and then that one became an 11. I doubled down, and I ended up with a 15. The second one became an 11. I doubled down. I ended up with an 18. The third one was an 11. I doubled down, and I ended up a 14. And the dealer turns over a 4 for a 10, and then a 2 for a 12, and a 4 for a 16, and then finally busted with a 10. And I was like so happy. And it was, we used up so many cards that hand, and that ended up being the end of the shoe. I counted my chips. I was up to 3,250 after that hand, so I was ahead 150, and I decided just to take off. I'd been there for a long time. I'm behind on my schedule right now, and I'm going to move on, but now I'm going to be late getting home because I still want to get more blackjack in today if I can, try to make some kind of money. But I ended up, like I said, I had 182 on slots and 150 on blackjack, and it was a pretty miserable time. Slow dealers. Dealers thought they were funny, but they weren't. Dealers like not turn over their hand because they're in the middle of a conversation, and you've got a double down out there, and they put it face down even though you told them to do it face up. It's just crazy. By the way, did I tell you about the place that you have to be playing rated to have it face down now? Are these people insane? Are you guys just out of your minds? Do you understand that to have it face up, you should need a card because it'll help a card counter? To have it face down, what's the benefit in having it face down if you're cheating or a card counter? It's so stupid. It's like they take what they think is a positive for the player, and they just want to make you miserable so that you succumb to their wanting you to play with the card. And I had some pushback here today with this pit boss wanting me to get a card and tell me about all the benefits and all the great things and all that. And I said, I don't want to get any offers. Oh, you don't have to get offers. We can turn off the offers. I said, well, then what's the benefit of using a card? Oh, in case you're hungry, you want to get food. I can afford my own darn food. So anyway, not lately I can't, but what am I going to say? All right, we're going to move on to another place, and I'm going to call home and see what's going on, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I'm back. I was in and out of there pretty quickly. Found one play, took about 1 minute, and that's all that was in there. Kind of not too busy in there right now, but I was close by, so I swung by, and I ended the session ahead $37, so plus another $37, and we're moving on to another casino. I'm going to try to drink some of this broth, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I just don't like it, but I'm going to try to do that. I haven't eaten yet today. It's already 2 p.m., so anyway, letting you go for now. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So I go into this next place, and I don't expect much from it, and I actually considered skipping over it, but it has blackjack, and I heard that right now during the week they do have $25 blackjack with good rules, stay 17, about 3/4 of a deck penetration, no resplit aces, so that's decent, and so I decided to go. I walk in, and I looked at a couple slots first, played those through, and was ahead $91 on the slots. I do have a player's card at this place, but would not use it at a blackjack table. I went to the blackjack area, and all I saw was a $50 table. I asked about a $25 table, and they said right there. And there was one behind them that was a $25 table. So, and by the way, this place has the worst double deck game in the area. So I bought in for $300 initially, and then later on bought in for $200 more, and just couldn't get anything going at all. I was at that table over an hour and just was not getting the hands that I wanted. And the dealer is someone that I've known for over 20 years. And the last time I talked to her was 4 years ago when the last election was going on. We were talking about the news and things like that. So we had a decent conversation, and we talked about her kids and things like that, but just was not doing well. So when another dealer came to give this one a break, or actually, yeah, they were doing a break or something like that. It was a brand new shoe, and because it was a brand new shoe, the dealer burns a card. So since they were in the middle of shuffling, they put it in the shoe, they burned a card, then the next dealer took over and burned another card. And really at that point, things started turning around. I started doing a lot better, and within one shoe, I went from being down about $450 to being ahead $25 by the end of that shoe, and I'd had enough. I was ready to go. It was just a miserable grind. Let's see, which hand did I split to 4? Oh, they have a side bet at this place, and it pays really, really well. And the first shoe, we hit the side bet. I hit the side bet on the first hand and the last hand of the shoe. Of course, I don't play it. And then when the new dealer came, on the first hand, I hit it again, and of course, I don't play it. So that was something we were talking about. But There was a hand where I had a pair of 9s, and I split and got another 9, and I split, and I ended up with all bad hands, including one double down hand. I think it was like a $50 hand, and I ended up winning that one, and that helped me get money back. But eventually, slowly eroded away, and then the new dealer came, and things got a little bit better, and I ended up plus 25. So I was on my way to the cashier, and I noticed people were swiping their cards. There was some kind of giveaway, and I don't usually play at this place, and I normally wouldn't get anything, but I thought, well, might as well. So I swiped my card, and they had some free gift cards today, and I qualified, and I was not even the lowest level, so I got lucky. I got some gift cards, and then while I was in the kiosk, I noticed I had $25 in free food, so I did that as well. So I ended up getting what they call a steak burger, but it's really a bacon cheeseburger, which totally different, but it was actually pretty good. Had some onion rings. I was just tired of having salad and stuff so much lately, and it was pretty good. And then I had points that I could use at this place also, and they have pretty cheap drinks and candy and things like that, so I loaded up on a bunch of that stuff for the family, and was on my way. So the summary is slots plus 91, blackjack plus 25, spreading from $25 to $125. The low was minus 450. The high was plus 50, maybe, something like that. And I left plus 25 after about an hour and 5 minutes, and then got a couple gift cards and the free food. So all that is good. Right now we're continuing on to the next casino. While I was there, I actually found out that they have another casino nearby that I didn't know about. It just blew my mind. I put it in the GPS, and I was going to go there, but then I got wrapped up in eating, and my wife called me and all this stuff, and I forgot about it. But I did put it in my maps, and there is another casino nearby. I don't know if it's worth anything or not, but we're going to find out. So next time we come to the area, we're going to try a new casino. I have a feeling it's one of those dud casinos that there really isn't anything at, but we'll give it a shot, and I'll report back to you on that. Right now it is rush hour, and I am in a big city, and we're continuing on to the next place, but traffic is a little bit slow, so I'm going to get over to the next spot, and I'll be back to report to you. Alright guys, as we are leaving this next casino and moving on, we are almost out of fuel. Yesterday I filled up on the way home, and almost home when I filled up. Today was a shorter route, and I made it most of the way. I made it more than half the way. So I went into that place, and it was getting kind of busy. It's evening time, early evening, rush hour time, people getting off work. So I go in there, and I see a machine that's borderline, and the thing that made it was actually positive EV, just barely, because there were two different things that could happen to make money. And so I started playing it, and on the third spin, this is like $1 a spin, third spin, the cheaper one pays, and there's no more play anymore. So that went pretty quick, and so I went around and looked at some other things, found a couple small plays, nothing really major. Saw some of my Chinese friends in there, and they were actually doing something they're not supposed to be doing, which is standing behind people, watching them, stalking people and stuff. And I ended up ahead. I think I only played 2 or 3 things, ended up ahead $84. So I think we've got a pretty good record so far today, and we're going to move on to another casino, but we're pretty much out of gas. I have about 20 miles range right now. I found a gas station about 7 miles away that's on upside and gets me down to about $2.70 a gallon, so we're going to go there, fuel up, and that should be enough fuel to get home. Tomorrow is Thursday. I'm actually thinking, unless something is going on at home, I'm thinking about doing a Thursday into Friday episode and just staying overnight. And the furthest point I would be tomorrow would be about 9.5 hours or 9 hours away from the furthest point today. So pretty far away, a whole different region, different people, everything. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. I'll find out tonight when I talk to my wife. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. It's getting warmer outside. It's 75 degrees. The car was sitting in the sun for about half an hour, so it was really hot in the car when I got in here. Oh, I got some free food. I didn't know what to use it on, so it expires tomorrow, and I won't be back tomorrow. So I got some tiramisu, just a bunch of tiramisu, and I'll be taking that home and see whoever wants that can have that. So very exciting. So that's what's going on right now. We are going to get some gas and then move on to the next casino, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So I went into the next place and it was a mob. They were giving something away that was as good as cash. It was about the $10 value, and it was completely mobbed in there. So many people in there. I also had $10 in food, and then I bought some other stuff also with my points that I had from there, and so I left with a couple of bags worth of extras. And I did play a few slots. One of them fizzled out early. It was going to be a huge one, but the EV was gone after a short time, like 20 or 30 spins, so I abandoned that. And really that's all that I found, just the one play. I ended up walking around looking for a long time, and then I saw people waiting in line, and I was trying to figure out what was going on, and I noticed that they were getting this free thing, and it's basically the same as cash. So I got that. I got the gift cards earlier, which you have a choice of which gift cards to use. I chose Visa gift cards, because you could do Visa, you could do Target, Walmart. Why would I do a specific place when I could just get a generic gift card I can use anywhere? So that's what I did. Leaving there now, I saw a lot of people there checking machines, so I didn't expect to find anything, and the one that I did find is something that I play that most people don't play. So I was pleased to find something on there, even though it did fizzle out a little bit early. So plus $76 there, and we're moving on. Let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? I actually had a burger today that was supposed to be a steak burger, but turned out to be a bacon cheeseburger with all kinds of stuff on there. I had onion rings on the side. It was actually pretty good. It was a little bit sloppy driving and eating that, but it was very tasty, so that's all good. To drink, I mainly had water today. I tried that broth, but it didn't work out. I would give the burger with the onion rings maybe a 10 on a scale of 2 through ace. It was pretty good, but not really what I was looking for. Other stuff that was on there was a lot more unhealthy, or it was another salad, and I was trying to avoid salads. So, and what did you tip today, MW? And actually, I did not get any W2s today, and I played on 2 blackjack tables, and I tipped a total of $0 on all that. So $0 tip. Don't waste that money. It's like when the kiosk, or the ATM machine that cashes out your tickets says, do you want to donate your change? Heck no. It says right there, do you want to donate your change? It's my change. And at the end of the month, I'm usually between $150 and $200 worth of that change. Why would I give that away to anybody? So I'll give that to my kids. So yeah, that's what's going on. I have no idea how I did today, or even like yesterday. Looking at yesterday, I made like 375, 675, 18, 75, 17, 16, 15, 40, 19, 40, 29, 40, 29, 80, 3380 yesterday, which was pretty good. Today, looking at today, we made 340, 490, 530, 550, 630, about $715 or so, not including gifts. So it was a okay day. It was really annoying to play blackjack for that long and not make money, but we did get out of there alive. We didn't lose money. We didn't have any issues with anybody, so I'm very pleased about that. So and look for some more mailbag episodes coming up, and I will be answering the remaining emails that I haven't answered probably tonight or tomorrow. I get tired by the time I'm home. I'm so tired, and I want to try to give you guys good answers instead of just like a thumbs up or something like that. I want to actually read and understand and give you good feedback, because you guys give me good feedback when I ask for it as well. We're a team. So anyway, for now, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to continue on home. If you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you tomorrow.